Hey folks, and welcome to my lesson on how to play Silent Night. It's Christmas season, I love Christmas music, and this song is such a great one. It's nice and simple and really beautiful. And for you beginners, it'll help you transition between just a couple chords, and it'll also give you a little intro into some picking, which can be really fun once you get it down. Alright? So this song is in 3/4 timing, so it's going to feel like a waltz. And if you don't know what that means yet, that's fine, you'll still be able to do it. It basically just means that if you were to head bob your head along to the song, you'd probably do it in sets of 3, like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Silent night, 2, 3. Alright, and there's sort of an emphasis on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Silent night, 2, 3. Alright? And we're going to be playing notes on each of those beats, alright? But we're also going to be playing notes in between those beats. So this is how I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to say 1 and 2 and 3 and. And that'll let you know when to hit each note. Those are called eighth notes. Alright, so with our left hand, we're going to play a G chord for now. And there's a couple different ways you can play a G. For this song, I'm going to recommend you use your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. And then our pinky would usually go on the 3rd fret of the high E string. That might be a little uncomfortable at first if you've never played it this way. But give it a try, your hand will get used to it. And in this song we're actually not going to play that high E string on the G. So it's okay if your pinky can't really do it yet. Alright, so then with our right hand we're going to assign our fingers to a string. So we're going to put our thumb on the low E string, alright? Our pointer on the D string, middle finger on the G string, and our ring finger on the B string, pinky on the high E string. And we're not actually going to play with our pinky in this song, but that'll sort of anchor the rest of your hand and it'll mute the E string. Alright, so now here's the picking pattern. This is what order we play our fingers in. We're going to use our thumb first on the 1. Remember I said we're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and. So on the 1 we play with our thumb on the right hand. 1. On the and we play with our pointer. And on 2 we play with our middle finger. 2. On the next and we play with our ring finger. On 3 we play with our middle finger again. And on the next and we play with our pointer finger. Alright? And then we just repeat that. So the order again is thumb, pointer, middle, ring, middle, pointer. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Alright? So that's how we're always going to play the G when we hit a G, alright? Alright, so now let's play a C chord. So on the left hand, our ring finger, 3rd fret of the A string, middle finger, 2nd fret of the D string, an open G string, and our pointer on the 1st fret of the B string. Alright, and on our right hand, we're going to keep our fingers where they were for the G, except our thumb is now going to go to the A string. Okay? And then we play our right hand fingers in the same order, in the same timing. So thumb, pointer, middle, ring, middle, pointer. 1 and 2 and Okay? Alright, so now let's look at a D, because it switches up a little bit now. So now the D on our left hand, pointer, 2nd fret of the G string, ring finger, 3rd fret of the B string, and middle finger, 2nd fret of the high E string. And now with our right hand, our thumb's going to jump to the D string, our pointer's going to jump to the G string, our middle finger is going to jump to the B string, and our ring finger is going to jump to the high E string. But then we just play our fingers in the same order, same timing. So thumb, pointer, middle, ring, middle, pointer. Thumb, pointer, middle, ring, middle, pointer. Alright? Okay, so when we hit each of those chords, we're going to play them the same way every time, alright? And there's one more chord, the E minor. And for that, we've got our pointer on our left hand on the 2nd fret of the A string and 2nd fret of the D string with our middle finger. Alright, and this one we're going to play with our right hand the same as the G chord. So thumb on the low E string, pointer on the D string, middle finger on the G string, ring finger on the B string, and same pattern. Thumb, pointer, middle, ring, middle, pointer. Okay? Alright, now that we have the picking pattern down, let's take a look at what order the chords come in. And in this black box, you can see what's called a tab, if you're not familiar with that already. And each of those lines just represents one of the strings. The bottom line represents the low E string, the top line represents the high E string, and then those numbers just represent what fret we're playing. Alright, so you can see we start out in a G, and I'm just going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and. So we're on the G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 when we switch to D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and back to a G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and C, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and back to a G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and C, 1 and 2 and 1, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and to G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and to D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and to G, 1 and 2 and 3 and to an E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and to G, 1 and 2 and 3 and D, 1 and 2 and 3 and back to G, 1 and 2 and 3 and then we just strum all the strings for the last chord. Alright, so that's basically it. You just need to keep practicing that picking and speed it up a little bit, and then you'll have it. But let's go through one more time. We'll keep it nice and slow, and I'll sing along with a verse so you know how the melody fits in. Alright, here we go. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. All right, so that's it. Keep that practice up. Be patient with yourself. And if you want to play along with me at a faster tempo, I'm going to post a cover. You'll just need a capo because it's a little low for me, so I'm going to put a capo on the 4th fret. But yeah, practice along with me there and join me for some more Christmas songs soon. Thanks. See ya.